Y'all, okay, so listen. This is about to be so much fun. I just know it. It's about to be fun. Because this one right here is a riot. And this one right here is
But I feel like I gotta be my best behavior.
No.
I'm like, you guys are like the extra host. You guys are the chosen ones. I got in by grafting in the wild olive branch. So I don't know how I'm here.
We're barely in.
We're barely in.
She's gonna be like, oh, okay, yeah,
yes. Okay, and then y'all, Jada has been on the show before, so y'all know. So Jada was grafted into this interview because I've been trying to talk to Bianca for a long time.
Yes.
And then Jada was going to come up in this room and sit and eat her lunch, and I was like, oh no, if you're going to be in the room, you're going to be on the couch.
I was trying to be free bondage. It sucks me in every time.
I'm Grace though. I bring it all together. It's fine. It's fine.
We Oreo'd her too. Did y'all see the Oreo? We Oreo'd her.
Yes.
You didn't know that you could Oreo a Hispanic person. It doesn't have to be a white person.
It's a chocolate Oreo.
It's a chocolate Oreo.
Brown darker brown on the outside and a little bit lighter brown on the inside.
And you're cutting it close. You almost could be in the middle.
Listen, I'm a black girl. Leave me alone. I'm a black girl.
Women of color. It's the couch of color.
That's the couch of color. Okay, so Bianca.
Yes.
This is the one thing for sure. If I don't ask you anything else, this is the one thing I gotta ask you. Okay. So you have this thing that you say all the time. You put it on Instagram.
I'm so afraid right now.
No, because you say it all the time.
Don't judge me.
What did I say? Even when we were at IF recently, you said it again. And
I know what.
Because you know what the thing is.
I do.
Okay, the saying is, no ringy, no dingy. Okay.
And I edited it because it was no blingy, no dingy. But then people are like, well, what if a brother can't afford a diamond? So I had to make it just. I get it. So spiritual. So spiritual. No. Listen, so now it's no ringy, no dingy.
Okay, but why? What does that mean? First of all, for the people who may not be catching up, they may be in the back. They may be all the way in the back. And then why do you say this?
Okay, so it's my purity talk in one sentence, and some people have said, like, well, what does no dingy mean? Ask Pastor Tony Evans. He'll answer that for you. No, this is Songs of Solomon, straight up. Do not awaken love until it's ready.
Right.
Basically, keep your legs crossed until you found the one. And I like to use humor because I feel like we could absorb truth when it's funny. And it's funny because it's true. And so the conversation right now in culture, and even within church culture, is that it's acceptable. Like, it's, well, they're older, they've been waiting, they're gonna...
Are you serious? For real?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
People in leadership, people on paid staff, I'm just like...
That it's accepted. I know that they're doing it, but I'm just saying.
No, they're rationalizing.
They're rationalizing it, and there's this level of acceptance. It's not condoned or endorsed, but they're like, well.
Anything that's an extreme hard truth now, everybody's like,
it's a little watered down. Yeah. So I feel like I got to come out swinging on this because we are allowing people to be in sin, and we want to make certain sins the ones that we talk about and the ones we put a stake in the ground on.
Yeah.
But I'm like, hey, if you're, everything. It's everything. And so I do feel like I love going after the millennials. Technically, I am a millennial.
Listen, technically, I'm a millennial too.
Wait, are you for real? Wait, the 27-year-old version of you?
Yes, the 27-year-old version of me.
Not even.
I like to give my spiritual age. My spiritual age is 26 years old.
27.
So, there you go. Yeah.
I don't want to be 27 because I was a fool. So I'm glad to be where I am now.
You got better with time.
Praise Jesus. That's
better
right.
with time.
That's right. He don't want me to be 27.
Okay, but we kind of jumped into the deep end. Okay, this is something that we're talking about because you're a woman who is a teacher, Bible teacher in leadership in ministry.
Yes.
So are you. You're a pastor's wife. Which, by the way, people who are in ministry, I just want you to understand that you can have purple and yellow hair. Okay, let's go with that. You can always be fly. Bianca is always fly and always wears some great shoes.
Wow, thank you, ladies.
I'm just saying, yes.
Wow.
So,
it's a couch of compliments.
Yeah,
right now.
y'all, this woman in ministry always wants to be in pajamas, and I don't apologize for it.
That's right.
But I'm saying there are other women who always step out looking
fresh to death. Because people are going to die in sin. You might as well just tell them the truth and do it in high heels and fake eyelashes.
Boom.
Yeah,
you just put a little pep in.
The anointing comes when you put on the lashes. Because when you blink, people feel the Spirit of God.
Right. It's a wind, fresh
wind.
wind.
On yourself.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you a secret. Okay. So all these people are like paying all this money and they're getting glued.
They're doing the individual lashes.
And I'm like, boo, you don't know what that glue is going to do to your eyes. You might be blind, have cataracts in 10 years. So these...
Broke cornea.
Broke cornea.
What's it from?
These are actually magnet lashes.
They work.
Oh, I've seen
They work.
those.
Wait.
Well, and so I paid for the bougie ones. They were like $68.
But I heard there's
ordered
some
them.
non-bougie ones. that
These
work
are Ardell, $13.99 CVS. Right here.
Okay, so
but
wait.
here's the secret. Everyone's like, they don't work, because you don't know what you're doing.
Girl,
so
blink
you
for
gotta,
us. They work. Look at
right?
that. Boom.
Right, and then you can cry, they don't come off. The glue doesn't irritate your
Girl,
eyes.
wait a minute. I just want you to know.
Girl, you just
You
set
have
somebody
set
free.
me free. You have set me free.
There's
And you
freedom
could
in
do-
this place.
You could do the natural ones, and you could do like I like the RuPaul ones.
Oh,
I want them to
okay.
almost touch my eyebrows.
Because the big thing
right.
was, I had a friend who said you ought to try it, and everybody was like, "It's not going to work. It's not going to work." Or that
with
you
yours,
expensive.
you have lovely lashes. You have lovely lashes. It's gonna look
But I need
so
to thicken
natural.
them. Yeah, I need
yep.
to- okay.
Yep. Same here. I'm
to get some
proud of my lashes.
lashes.
But what you do is you just as you did now with your lashes. So you
Yes.
probably curled. You beat them out. Oh, they're naturally
All right,
curly.
girl, tell her who I
Black
am.
people don't curl.
No, it's not even. It's not even a black thing. Tell her who I am.
No, I'm saying in
Am I
general,
doing
we don't have
anything
straight
other
lashes.
than? Do white people have straight lashes?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
big? If you have straight hair, your lashes
Yes.
are straight.
Yes.
No, I mean,
Often.
no, often because my hair is stick straight, bone straight, and my lashes are curled.
I did not
But
know
most-
this.
yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know a
always
black person
wondered-
that curls
I tried
lashes.
to use
Maybe y'all
eyelash
do.
curlers, and I thought,
Leave a comment.
what's
Leave
the
a
point of
comment.
this? Because I did the lash curler, and I thought it
They
didn't
probably
even-
were so curled they curled into your eyelid.
Yeah.
No,
We don't have curly.
No.
I mean, not say we. I'm sure there's some black people that use it, but
I did not
99%
know.
of the
They're
population
beautiful,
have curly
naturally.
lashes.
That
Yeah,
God,
they just
God
curl.
naturally.
I did not.
curl
I
them.
put my
Everybody was
mascara
like
to straighten them to get a looser curl. You know what I'm saying? Because
That's
otherwise
funny.
it'll be.
So do you beat from the backside or do you beat from the? Oh, you. Oh, wow.
And then
yeah.
once it kind of
So beat is a verb?
I do.
I
Beat
mean,
your
for
face.
makeup,
Beat your face. Yes.
I just thought it was
wanna
just
beat
a
face.
holistic word. I didn't know we could use it individual parts.
Oh no!
Sure.
Beat your lashes,
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah.
Like you brush them out.
Beat your
I feel
contour.
like I'm in
You beat-
Yes,
you beat-
yes.
I feel like I'm in class right now. Okay,
on,
so
girl.
back to the eyelashes.
So just what you did now. You didn't curl
Yes.
them. Most people at home will probably
Okay,
have to
they'll
curl
curl
them,
them, and
then
then-
put mascara. So
Okay.
you do your everyday lashes.
So you still do the mascara.
I still do. Otherwise, then you could tell it doesn't look natural.
Okay.
So this
'Cause they're
just
so
beefs
black,
them up.
they bend it-
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so then they go on
Ardell,
and they stay on. And they stay on.
$13.99. They stay on. They don't ruin your lashes. You gently lift them to remove them. You put them back in the case. And they're so cheap. You wear them. If you do so I used to do fake mink lashes. I'm
so excited right
with the
now.
strip and then
Yes,
glue them.
yes.
And they're gorgeous. They're gorgeous. But they ruin your lashes because when you pull them off. And also, sensitive eyelids will have a little bit of allergic reaction to the glue. Or if you cry, that's it.
Let me tell you, okay, so I paid a makeup artist to come over. I said, do my face, I have somewhere to go. But while you're doing it, the purpose is really show me
what
how
to
to
do.
do it.
Yeah. Right.
I need, because I'll do Studio Fix for MAC, but I don't do foundation, what do you call it, the things
Oh,
under here?
bless. Concealer.
Concealer.
Oh, my God. I have
Listen.
2 concealers on, sister.
Okay,
Two
so she had to show me, okay, what's the thing? Contouring.
Contour.
I did learn that.
Okay,
YouTube.
so
YouTube
I was like,
has
you know what, you do a great job, just come show me. So she showed me everything, and because I'm me, I had a notepad with a
Right.
pen, and I was writing everything down.
Right.
So the very first time that I had an opportunity to do my own face was at Desperate for Jesus, our women's conference at our church. So I had my makeup out, I had the pad over here, and one step at a time, I'm doing everything she told me. When I got to the lashes, and I did them great with her. When I got to the lashes, though, I forgot the order in which you're supposed to do it. Now, you're supposed to put the glue where?
On the lash line.
That's not where I put it.
Oh, I don't
Where-
know.
where
I've never
did you-
put on.
Wait,
Girl.
where did you put the glue?
Girl, I did the glue just like this, right on top.
Oh my gosh.
So it is
No.
10 minutes before I'm supposed to be on stage leading worship.
Wait, where are you supposed to put the glue?
You're supposed to put it on the lash.
on
So
the
it
fake
gets
lash.
on the fake lash.
And then you
on
apply it.
Yes.
But you put a thin strip
And
of
you
glue.
wait till it's tacky.
And you wait until it's tacky.
Yes.
I forgot that part. I just squeezed the glue.
Oh.
So 10 minutes before I'm supposed to be on stage. Y'all, I am upstairs.
Not
in
funny.
my dad's a pastor in his bathroom, y'all, going blind. I'm just like,
With pink eye.
just black glue running down my face. And I didn't have
And it was
any-
black glue? It wasn't even invisible?
No, it was black.
Oh.
It was black.
Of course it was black. Of course.
Listen, y'all. So that's I
I've
did it
never put
once
on fake
on my
lashes.
own, and
I
I've
can't.
never been able to
But
do
you
it
have lovely
since.
lashes, though. You
But I
do
would
have
like them
nat-
thicker. I would like them thicker.
See,
So I'm
and the
about to
Mac
get
ones,
this
it's
CVS.
literally, I feel like I should take them off and put it on. I could even do it without a mirror.
Do it.
Should I show you?
Yes,
Okay,
please.
so
Oh my
this
gosh.
is real gentle, so I'm just gonna lift. And then come on. So I just your look is just giving me life right now. So then
But you
look
have
at
nice lashes, though.
Thank you.
lash.
But so do
But on the
everyone's
stage,
sitting
on the
here.
stage, yeah.
Yes, and you got to think about
You have
cameras.
to look over the top, Listen, let me tell
Yeah.
y'all something. All this, you got to look over the top in your regular
Because I'm looking
mirror
at your makeup
to look regular.
and I was like, oh, I should have gone harder.
Yeah.
No, but I thought you looked. No, I thought it was lovely. I thought it was apropos.
you got to look good. It did look good. I
because
just
you
was like,
already
oh.
have a natural look.
But you know what I'm saying.
I'm
When I
natural.
go look at myself, I'm like, I can't see my eyes. What's happening? So I have to look like just a
Okay,
redhead look.
yes.
Okay, so it's probably better with a mirror, but like, look at how simple it is. I'm just gonna lay it on my lash line, and then
Shut up.
Voila.
Talking to me.
done.
You have
done,
changed
done,
somebody's
done.
life.
If you
You're
can get
welcome.
anything else out of this, be set free for the low price of $13.
CVS, Walgreens. Yes.
Okay, but okay,
Yeah, they should
so,
pay you.
Okay,
They
so,
should.
So
I
here's-
should. Where's the affiliate
Yes.
link? Affiliate link.
Yes.
I
This
put
should've
my
been a
kids through
paid
college.
post.
Come
Paid
on.
post.
Woo.
Okay, now, because I'm so excited that I have y'all, because I really can't speak to this at all, but y'all both can.
Oh.
Okay, so women who, love God, doing important things for Jesus and all that, but y'all believe in looking right. Y'all believe in holding it down. Like, because you understand me.
Yes.
You understand me.
Yes, yeah.
It was a lot for me to get here. You know, I bought the hair, I put it in, I did do that. Okay, but
Very proud of you.
but thank you, because
proud.
you know
That's right.
I'll wear a bun
Celebrate
and be
victories.
done.
That's right.
Okay, it's a lot for me to get dressed in general. I'm a yoga pants t-shirt girl. I don't like it. I don't enjoy shopping. None of that. So it's a thing. But I know y'all.
I like that I'm in her category.
I know.
You
I'm
just
glad
said
that you're in her category. I'm just saying I'm here and I want to learn. But I want to start with this. Why is it okay for women to be good about stepping out in public looking the part? Because I think some women who either, maybe it's the love of Jesus and they whatever, but maybe it's just a season of life and they just kind of let themselves go. Like, why does it matter to care about how you look? Even though we know that the soul matters for eternity. Why does it matter to care about how you look?
So I'm going to jump in real quick, and I don't want to take it to a place it's
No,
I
just
shouldn't
wherever
go,
you
but
wanna go.
I'm a first generation American,
Okay.
and so
Because you're from where?
my dad is from Mexico, my mom's from Puerto Rico, so I'm
Okay.
Mexican. The
Mexican.
best of
Come
both
on, girl, you
worlds.
got it
Yes. But my grandmother, when they came over, had said, "You always have to look good because people are always going to treat you poorly, and if you don't take yourself seriously," I could hear my grandmother's words echo. If you don't take yourself seriously, no one's going to take you seriously. So mine came out of a place of brokenness, but I feel like all things can be redeemed. And
Right.
I feel now it's less about validation and less about putting on a front and more about I take myself seriously. And Deion Sanders said, when you look good, you play good. And when I stand behind the word of God,
Yeah.
I don't want to look slovenly.
Yeah.
I don't want to look dirty. Like, it is an honor and it is a privilege. And I'm going to show up like the warrior that I am with the gel nails, with the lashes, not because I need it. I feel like this is a privilege and honor I take seriously, and that's why I do what I do. But I think in a dangerous place, it's coming out of a place of insecurity, like I don't feel like I'm enough, I don't feel like I'm good enough, and I'm going to try to mask and hide and that sort of stuff. I think maybe in a place of unhealth I might go there, but now it's more of it's fun, it's a privilege, it's an honor. And I mean, I actually work out every day. So I am in workout clothes. I love to not wear
Are
makeup.
you one of those girls that goes to the gym with makeup on though?
Oh, please. I live in Orange County and everyone is there. And I'm like, first of all, you love your little power walk on the treadmill. Get off because I need to sweat like a pig.
Right.
I know.
power walk.
Yes,
Taking
move.
up a good
You're taking up
treadmill.
a good treadmill. No. Now, sometimes because I got like 12 eyebrows that just connect, and I look. Do you guys know what a chola is? Do you have a chola here? No.
I've never heard of that.
See. Okay. Well, let me bring you into the Hispanic culture. A chola
Spell
is
it.
a gangster. CHOLA. Chola.
Okay,
And
okay.
cholo is man. Chola
Okay, yeah.
is girl. And that is like a female gangster. And so then like you have like just like you draw on your eyebrows real thin. You wear like really dark, dark
Okay.
lipstick. You wear like a wife beater. And you're like, hey, orale, Holmes. You know. Okay, that's a chola.
Listen, I'm gonna start calling somebody that and be like,
Oh, that's
"Hey,
what I tell
Chola."
people. Yeah, that's what I tell
You
people.
trying to be
You
like
trying to be
Chola?
a gangster? Okay, Chola, sit down. Put your
Yeah,
earrings
that's
on.
what I'm starting
Put
doing.
your earrings on. No. So I consider, and I know that my energy, I know what I put out is pretty strong. And so without eyelashes, I look like I'm going to go to blows. Sometimes I will sometimes I'll do brows for the gym on occasion. But if it's early, like if it's 5 a.m.,
Yeah.
you're lucky I showed up. No.
Oh, okay. So, So how does a girl who maybe is riding on that, it's a good thing to look good when you step out, but there may be some insecurity. Like what would you say to a woman who's like, yeah, I do it, but I'm not letting anybody see the real thing. Like there is some insecurity there. What would you say to her so that she's riding a balance line between still present yourself well, but don't let this feed the thing?
Yeah, I think there's I think you have to be careful with what is driving it. And sometimes that means creating times where you back it off a little bit. So sometimes I have to make myself be like, you're going to put on these tennis shoes, these jeans, these sweats. I still want it to be cute, but I'm like, today is no makeup. Today is just going to put your hat on and just be, and I'm going somewhere. You know, I'm not just running errands. And that sounds silly, but it's just like how you like, I have to make myself dress up.
Yeah.
I have to go, it's okay.
Giving yourself
it's okay.
Because you can get to the point where you're like, I'm about to run home between these meetings and put on my other earrings. And I will be like, oh wait, studs. I'm doing this YouTube video with studs on, Lord. Just because of the mic, y'all. I usually had on a tassel earring, really. Envision that. This should be a tassel right now. Anyway, I forgot I didn't take off my speaker earrings.
It should be a tassel.
The things we give up for Jesus. We can't even accessorize right.
I have speaker earrings, and then I was mad because these are light, and they don't hit the thing.
They still hit the thing.
But the thing is, I spoke with the handheld, and I was like, dog it, I could have had my other earrings on.
I know. So I do think you have to stretch yourself in whatever the direction is. You know, like making yourself be comfortable when people come over. Okay, just your lip gloss or a lighter version of makeup. You do have to stretch that so that when you look in the mirror, you're not shocked until you have a full face. You know, I think it works both ways.
Yeah.
For me, my grandmother, similar to yours, she used to tell me, I mean, my grandmother still wears stockings with the garters and all that stuff. She is dressed, okay? She dressed, suits and everything still in the bags. And she used to tell me when I went through that jeans phase, tennis shoes, because I was a tomboy growing up, she'd be like, Jada, you know, there's some things that only women can do. All of what you have on, a man can wear that. She said, you need to appreciate being a woman. And so there's just an appreciation that comes to that. And even, I mean, I don't hate to be, but biblically even, if you look at Genesis 3, what made Eve fall, one of the things was beauty. She saw that fruit and it says it was pleasing to her eyes because women are innately made for beauty. I don't know any woman that gets a makeover and they're like, dang it. Can't believe I got a makeover. Nobody mad. They're not mad, right? Every woman feels like, oh. So I think there's a part of our beauty and our appreciation for beauty that we just don't embrace for a lot of reasons. And I think it's okay. If it comes natural for you, great. If it doesn't, work toward it because there's something in you that was made for beauty. And when you become comfortable with beautifying yourself, you can add that to a whole lot of things around you, you know. And I tell people all the time, we have stylist people at our church, you know, like I tell people, go find somebody who you like how they look.
I prayed, I journaled. Lord, bring a stylist. Yes.
Am I supposed to put that on my
Well, I'm like, Jesus, the worst he's going to say is no.
That
but
you
like,
I need a stylist. Listen, I need y'all to email me. Well, maybe I don't. But the point is, I need help. So when I step out looking crazy, just know it's because I already admitted I needed it.
Right. So I'm saying, I tell people, find people you like how they look, and they generally probably have your general body type and go. Because
a circle of shape. I'm feeling them in a circle shape right now.
Listen, whatever works.
Girl, listen.
And let me tell you,
I have hips this way, and if I turn to the other way, I have hips.
Shut up. And let me tell y'all something else, women of God. Even if you're not on a platform, appearance is a part of influence. For women. No woman, even if she herself is not dressed, most women, even if they're not dressed, they don't want to see you looking like how they looking. They want you. We are drawn to what's appealing. We're drawn to what's appealing. So I tell our worship team, if you're trying to teach, if you're trying to do anything with influence, that's just a separate thing. If you're trying to do anything with influence, you need to be appealing and attractive. There's not a sin in that. There's nothing wrong with presenting yourself in a way where somebody says, oh, her hair is cute. Because that's what we do. And then we move on to the next thing. Okay. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. And so I tell people, like, you need to have an appeal to you that it helps your influence. Because otherwise you don't want an appearance that takes away from something that you need to be saying. Right. You don't want it to be distracting.
Priscilla told me once, because, you know, I'm always trying to ride the line between doing that, but also I'm not that person. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a very just whatever. But, you know.
Wait, is Priscilla telling you this because she is? Or
Yeah, yes. So, because we were having a conversation about our differences, because she's all about all this. And I'm just like, you know, whatever. So I said, what's the line for somebody like me? You know, and she just said, you know what? Kind of what you said, it's flipping it around. Instead of thinking about, okay, I need to show up because I want to make an impression or because I want to have influence. She was like, have you ever shown up not that way and then felt self-conscious? I said, oh yeah. Like I'm being lazy, so I don't want to do it, and then I go and everybody else look cute, and we took a photo, and then I'm looking at the photo later thinking, girl, you should have put on some makeup. So she said, in that instance, then your not doing it gets in the way. Like, has it ever caused you to back up from a conversation or feel like I can't go in there or I don't want to be a part of it? She said, if it keeps you from being in life, then you need to step it up.
Yeah.
So one way or the other, it can indicate to you, stepping it up because you should, or stepping it up because it's getting in the way of you actually living, like being you. That was helpful to me.
Very true.
I'm just like, embrace it, y'all. And it didn't have to look the same for everybody, but it is effort. It is intentionality. It is, I'm a woman. I'm a girl. That's okay. If I'm working out, I still may put my little studs in. If nothing else. Maybe not. It depends. Not every day. And then there's some days where I'm like, I really do want to have on these flip-flops and these jeans and this t-shirt, whatever. So it's not I don't think it's a hard, like it has to be this way. But I think we shun it so much because the world has distorted it, right? So we're like, oh, I don't need all that. I'm not into, okay, you don't have to be into all that.
Right.
But then don't look homeless.
You don't have to go and lay down for 2 hours and have the eyelashes put in one by one. You can just get some magnets for $13.99 and be good to go.
And before you can get that, you can get some mascara for $7.99.
There you go. There you go.
And just do
There
something.
you go. There you go.
Keep your
Although
edges right.
Beyond Real, They're Real is a mascara. It's $20. It's worth every single penny. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Oh yeah, but they have a whole
your
Beyond
lashes
line.
are lovely. Wait, what's the brand?
It's called They're Real.
They're real.
And it's a whole.
It's a line. They
Like
have
you see them in the
eyeliner, they have a-
airports. It's like the pink and gray. It's like a little makeup stand.
Benefit.
Benefit. There you go.
Oh,
See,
there you
I
go.
can't. Right. I just know what the one thing I buy. I know the one thing I
I
buy.
thought They're Real was the brand. No, that's Benefit.
Sorry, that's the
Right.
mascara.
She's trying
See,
to-
I can't. This is why
Trying to educate
I'm
you.
here with you. This is why I'm here with you. Okay, so another question for you. Now,
Yeah.
you're a twin,
I am.
and it took me a minute to understand
Girl,
this.
I was like, who is Jasmine stuff?
I
said,
know.
That's Bianca Other Life. Is her
Okay,
new,
no, people
name?
have literally
I
said
thought
that.
you had an alter
Literally.
ego.
I was like,
People have
maybe
literally
it's her
said
new,
that.
It's another side
Like she's
of her.
branded as another thing. And
Yes.
then, okay, so love
Girl.
church ladies. So you guys are around church ladies. So I have people DM me saying, I cannot believe that you preach the gospel, but then you wear revealing tops. And I'm like, actually, that's my twin sister.
And I can't believe you're so judgy. I'm praying for your salvation.
So Jasmine has got an email saying,
Check your heart.
I've always valued your marriage online and how you honor your husband, how you love your husband, and I saw you kiss another man, and I've lost all respect for you. And then Jasmine will lovingly send them a picture of me and my husband. She said, you probably saw my twin sister. And
Girl, because
this
y'all
is
are
her
twins
husband.
for real.
For real.
Well, here's the thing. Yo, she's about 30 pounds lighter. So I love that you guys say you're twins for real.
No,
I'm
I'm
clear.
just-
I got the anointing is what I got.
Girl,
so,
listen.
yeah. We got the
Share
concept.
Listen.
that anointing.
Listen, all of that, it took me, and I literally learned this like 2 days ago. Because me and you start DMing.
Yes,
Because
yes.
we this is what happens. We're trying to be together and actually be friends. So girl, then I was like, oh, let me look. It's Jasmine. I said, oh, maybe is that another name? Is that a girl? So then I was like, they look, wait a minute, her hair is darker. Girl, it took me like at least 20 minutes of
Yes.
online investigative research
'Cause
to
y'all are
find
not-
a family photo that
Yes,
you were
to
both
figure it
in.
out.
There was one photo that you're both in, and I was
Identical
like,
twin, but doing totally different things.
Yes.
Totally different things. Because Jasmine's what? Social media,
Marketing, branding, social media.
So
yeah.
she has
she
a
did have one this cute
whole
sparkly skirt, and I was
thing.
like, okay, Bianca, okay.
Yeah, and it's not like y'all
I wasn't
are
gonna
both
judge
taking.
you. I was just like, it's cute.
Yeah, and y'all, it's not like y'all
But
are
sure,
both taking.
the
great
church committee
photos
would
and
have
all
been
that.
like, no,
I was like,
no,
it's
no.
short, but
Keep
it's
the
cute, girl.
But I
blessing.
mean, it's easy to confuse because it's not like y'all both aren't taking great photos. Like you're both putting
Yes.
up good content.
Yeah.
It's just that yours has, it's your life and ministry and stuff, and hers is like marketing and building business.
Yeah.
So it's very easy.
It took
to
a while.
confuse. Yeah. Okay.
So there's a twin story that I've not forgiven Jasmine about, but she was flying out for a trip. And she had to go to Target. It was like 10 minutes before Target closed. So she's in, and Jasmine's always like high and
Just
tight.
ready.
She is all, I'm talking face beat, hair done, like everything. If you think I do the most, you need me, Jasmine, okay? So she's running into Target. She's in yoga pants, Uggs, dirty hair up in a bun, no makeup on whatsoever. She runs in and someone's like, "Excuse me, are you Jasmine Star?" And she said, I thought about this.
Oh no!
And
she didn't.
Yes,
No,
she did. She said,
not.
actually, I'm her
Bianca.
twin sister, Bianca. I said, you ratchet, you unsaved, undignified Philistine. Why? I already got the weight against me. Now you're going to do that? So I've yet to forgive her.
Girl.
Yet to forgive
You should.
her.
Okay. You need to hold out on
So
that.
here's the question.
That was just
Here's the
wrong.
question. Y'all are both beautiful. You're both doing your own thing in your own right. Y'all seem to have a close family because we follow each other on social media, and I think I know y'all.
Yeah. We Instagram
So
friends.
right.
Instagram
But y'all are different. Y'all are doing different things in this life. So, as twin sisters, what has comparison, jealousy, envy,
Oh, that's a great
struggling
question.
with differences?
Yeah.
Like, what has that looked like for y'all over the years, and where are y'all now?
So I could say this now,
Of course.
10 years,
Yeah.
10, 15 years later. I just didn't recognize it then. But my sister met her husband in high school.
Okay.
And they had this great relationship. I mean, the guy literally is from heaven. This man, we cannot speak more highly of this man. So they had this very amazing, pure, dated for 6.5 years until she went to law school and he went to grad school. And, I mean,
Oh, she went to law school.
everything, everything about their marriage, their life, everything just came together.
Yeah, it's very
and I am with my mom, who's diagnosed with 2 forms of cancer. One of them was brain cancer. I'm living at home. I'm acting as the pseudo homeschool mom for my younger brother and sister. We are very close. I was in grad school. I wasn't going out on dates. It was just a really dark season. Lost my grandmother, who's the closest person to me. I was coming out of a 3-year dysfunctional relationship with a man I called Satan, and we have yet to just, I actually ran
That
into
might be
him
your
the other
takeaway.
day.
There may be somebody you need to call Satan.
And then
sit with
make the devil a liar and run away. So
Okay.
I praise the Lord for that season. But I remember, and I was going through some journals from years ago, and I vividly remember crying out to God and saying, "Why does Jasmine have everything and I have nothing?" And God is good. So 10 years later, I was going through the story of Jacob and Esau, and and it's twins, and I'm like, really, Lord, you're gonna do me dirty like this? You're gonna speak through your word about twins? And just recently, I preached about this at DFL. I don't know if you were there at that DFL.
What is DFL?
A Design for Life out in James River, Springfield, Missouri. Actually, I don't think it was the year that you were there. But I preached out of Jacob and Esau. And there's something out of the NLT version that I'd never read before. And I never used NLT. But for some reason, that was a Bible that I had. And the choice language of the translation says, when Esau turns to his dad, he's like, "How do you not have another blessing for me? What about me? I'm your firstborn." And
Who's first?
Jasmine.
Okay, just curious.
But here's the thing. And this is where we talk about. I was supposed to be the firstborn twin, and then in cesarean, my embryonic sac broke, so they pulled Jazzy out first. And my whole thing was, you stole my blessing. So it literally,
Girl, won't the enemy get up in there?
I know. Look, I had chills. So, but then I read this recently that it says, but when you decide to break free. I can't remember the rest of it, but there was something about that phrase, when
Breaking
you
free.
decide to free. So wait, you're telling me that I have the power
Right.
to let go of this,
Right.
to be different and let go of this and realize your blessing doesn't mean that it's my burden. Your blessing is that God's blessing you, and my blessing is going to look different. And on the other side of this, I am like, and the blessing wasn't I got married and had a family. That wasn't the blessing. The blessing was when I decided to shake free that I could walk in what God has called me to. And then we always read, like, whatever happened to Esau? Poor thing, he got the short end of the stick, and Jacob got everything, and he was shady, and his name was shady, everything about this guy, and yet God blessed him. But we read 8 chapters later that when Jacob does come back to Israel, that it is Esau that meets him there. And Esau had legal recourse to kill him. And Jacob knew that. That's why he's trying to butter him up with all these gifts, totaling up to $1 million during that time. And yet, in the NLT, it says this, and even in the NIV, that Esau led them back home. Yes. And then when Jacob says, I have all these things for you, he says, I don't need that.
I don't need it.
Because he was already
got my
blessed.
blessing.
He was already blessed. I read that and I was like, I'm so free. And here's the thing, people can say, oh, well, your life is different. And my life is very different from that. But I live in a house that I rent. I have a car that's leased. I have a husband on a second marriage. And my 2 kids aren't my biological kids. but spiritual blessings look different.
That's
and
right.
I could be like, I don't own my own house. These kids aren't even mine. But I'm realizing, no. These blessings are all from the Lord. These blessings are all from the Lord. And I don't need anything. And it changed our relationship.
Good, girl.
So for about 6 years, I would never say it. Me and God would have the conversation. Jazzy's my best friend. I love her. I take a bullet for her. You know, I'll put my hand on a grenade for her, in the words of Bruno Mars.
Come on,
I
Bruno.
was really, you got that reference.
Come on,
The cardinal. The cardinal couch.
That's right.
The
You trying to
cardinal
be
color
saved.
conversation couch
That's
right
right.
here.
You're trying.
Yes.
Crystal's carnal friend.
Salvation is being worked out.
Yes,
Working
working out,
out.
working out.
That's
Praise
right.
God.
Go
praise
ahead.
God. And so I love her, but there was this, and I think most women, even with their best friends, they love them. They'll do so much for them, but sometimes the enemy comes in and makes you question your own relationships, question marriage, question finances, question education, question kids, question calling, question ministry, and I had to find my way in that. And I found freedom not after I got married.
Right.
It was when I could look at my sister and celebrate everything that God has given her.
That's a good word.
And
That's a
And
good
sometimes
word,
the celebration comes to you and you get the freedom, but sometimes you choose the celebration and the freedom comes.
Absolutely.
It's
That
a
was my
choice you
path.
can make.
Yeah.
That
It's
was
a
my
choice
path.
you can make.
That was my path.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
That's so good. Okay, so
I've never talked about that. I feel really
I
exposed.
felt
I'm like,
it. I felt it.
Yeah.
I felt
That
it.
was the Lord,
I just
though,
you
girl.
saw I just got quiet. I was like,
I know.
it's coming.
I know.
I'm gonna let.
Girl, but the Lord, that was the Lord.
That's
That
good
was
because
such a good
people.
word.
That's real. I mean, like we talk about that we shouldn't be jealous and we shouldn't be envious and all this. Okay, but we are.
we are.
Yeah, we are.
We are.
We are.
So how do you work through that and that the tangible reality of what it looks like to say, you know what, my blessings are not her blessings, but I have my own. And how you choose to see your own and celebrate hers.
Yeah.
It changes the dynamics, which
sure
then frees
does.
us up to
Yeah.
enjoy the relationships
Absolutely.
fully that we want to have.
That's good, girl.
Okay, why are you a preacher? You went from homeschooling your brothers and getting a grad degree to now you all over the world.
It's weird.
You always
it's
been a
just,
preacher.
But I ran from it. So we grew up poor. Or so poor I couldn't afford the OR. My parents said
Po. Right. Yeah.
we were that family. Like government issued cheese. And if you've never had a grilled cheese with government
It's
issued
the
cheese,
best.
you have not lived.
Oh, it's great.
You have not lived.
It don't have milk, right? But it's good.
Oh no, ghetto fondue, girl. You didn't know how to do that. You put it on a glass plate in the micro. I didn't even know what fondue was. I didn't know it was fancy back then. But I'd melt it and then goop it up with bread. Like it's Jesus right there. And we were just poor.
Yeah.
And I, for some reason, the enemy's so cunning. I put ministry as synonymous with like living a life of a pauper because we had a very tough financial growing up. And
Were you raised in a Christian home like your people
Totally,
were? Okay.
totally.
All right.
My dad came here to the country as a kid, gained his citizenship. Whoa, got real Mexican. Right? He gained his citizenship when he fought in Vietnam, and met my mom at a party. Both of them were like lit, and not like the light of the world, but like lit. And they had a whirlwind, torrid romance. My mom ended up getting pregnant, and she had a parochial background, real religious family, Catholic school, the whole nine. And she told him, like, I can't keep this baby because I will be shunned from my family. And against his wishes, she had an abortion, and it just sent both of them in a tailspin. So they ended up breaking up. On a street in Los Angeles, Olvera Street, a hippie came up to her and told her this very just simple phrase. We have to remember that our words have power. We don't know how the Spirit of God is going to speak, but even just this one phrase, looked at her dead in the eye and said, Jesus loves you. In a moment where she felt absolutely unloved by God.
Something that we would probably think is like just
Too simple.
Too simple.
Yep.
But
Or
to the
even
right
hyper
person, at the
spiritual,
right time.
the right word,
The right word at the right time.
Yep.
Wow.
And she went home and she called the one friend that she knew was a Christian, and she said, I need to learn about God. And she just accepted Jesus that day. It became this authentic and real.
Chills.
And then she knew that she had to go back and talk to my dad. And she brought him a Bible. And first of all, my mom, blessed, she said, I'm in love with a new man. And he said, you brought me here to tell me that you're in love with a new man? And she said, and he's a Jew. And my dad's like, a Jew? You left me for a Jewish carpenter? You know, like, what is going on? The setup. So she gave him a Bible, and then he threw the Bible at her and said, you're a murderer. I want nothing to do with you. Yeah. And so she prayed and 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 prayed, and she invited him to a rock concert. He didn't know it was the rock, like Jesus' rock, but he got saved that day, and they made the relationship right. They got back together, and after they got married, like, maybe a year or two, they got pregnant, and my mom had so much post-abortive stress and trauma and guilt. And when they found out, twins doesn't run in the family. When they found out they were pregnant with twins, my parents both knew the child we lost in ignorance, the Lord has given us back. So they just, I mean, that was, so there was, and then they knew.
Tissue. Wait a minute. You can't just drop that. Hold on. Wait.
But that's redemption lived out. And so from that age, there was a clear call of ministry for my family. And we went, my dad moved back to East Los Angeles, planted his church. He's still there 29 years later, still in East LA. And the schools in our area were so bad that my parents made a decision to home educate us. This is at the time, in the 80s.
So you're homeschooled?
I know.
Oh, I homeschool my kids. And I'm like, they're going to be weird. You're fine.
No.
Here's
the thing. Homeschool kids are weird if their parents are weird.
Yeah.
It's weird if you're weird. Yeah. But it's not weird if you're like making
I'm slightly weird though.
No, because they're in sports and they go to church.
They do stuff.
And they don't churn their own butter or wear coonskin caps.
We have
that's
done
already.
Because you do know you can make murder. Just shaking it up with a marble.
Stop.
You do that.
No, you're making the kids weird. You're making the kids weird.
It was a science experiment.
Oh, okay.
But I do know how to.
See,
there's a lot of
homeschool kids are weird.
Right. No, because I thought there's a methodology to homeschooling, and I thought so. I have planted tomatoes in the backyard. I've had 3 of my babies at home.
My mom did because she thought that's what mom should do.
I learned how to make bread. I did go through a season. She knows. I went through a season of all the crunchy things.
Yes.
Now I'm like, y'all, the Costco roast beef is just fine. Put it in the microwave. Paper plates are gonna work. I'm totally delivered.
You still go in around the holidays though. You still get a little. I do. I'm gonna go pick my turnips out of the backyard. Y'all follow me out here. Look, this one's fresh. Shake the dirt off a little.
Okay, but you're okay. You're homeschooled, but you're okay. Okay.
Yes.
So
the whole, this is turning into something much longer than it should be. But no, how did I end up this way? I said, I love God, love ministry. I will always be a part of church, but I wanted to be rich. And I wanted to really just shake off the stigma that I felt of like, I'm a woman of color, but I'm not going to be defined by where I live. So it became almost the opposite side of the spectrum of like what perfection looked like and what coolness looked like.
We are supposed to be really good friends. I just wanted to say that for the record.
Great. I love it.
Keep going.
So I went completely the other way. And so I was like, I'm going to go to college and a full ride. I was a Bill Gates Millennium Scholar. I graduated 3.85 undergrad, went on to graduate school in a full ride scholarship. I felt like success is money and popularity and being liked and being educated and being these things. And it wasn't until I went on a youth camp. I was still attending my dad's church in East Los Angeles. Went on a youth camp, and I was bamboozled into it. That was a whole other thing. Like, the Lord used anything. Like, I was just trying to be lovely. I was just trying to be a Christian. I didn't mean it. I said, if you need help with the kids, so I could say, like, I tried.
I offered,
and then the youth pastor was like, yes. That's what he said. And I said, oh, well, I'm in grad school. I don't have money. This fool pulls out a checkbook. Who uses a checkbook? He had a checkbook in his back pocket and paid $180 for me to go to youth camp. And he said, we have no one to teach the girls, because we separated the guys and girls. He said, we have no one to teach the girls, so you're going to do the Bible study in the morning. And I said, I don't do Bible study. And he said, you're a pastor's kid, you're fine. And I taught at a Psalm 58. And it was there, making the Bible come alive and seeing them actually excited about the Word of God, that I was like, I'm done.
This is it.
So I did finish grad school. I still had another year, but I remember being like sitting in lectures with my earbud in, because my dad's church is old school. They still have midweek service. So I would sit in class.
Is that old school? Is midweek service old school?
Yeah.
We
still have midweek service too.
Yeah. Well, we have Bible
But you guys
study.
are also in the South, though. So
That's true.
That's true. So like West Coast, California, LA, like it's just passé. Like all the hipster churches are cutting away with it. Right. So, and I would sit there in grad school with earbuds in my ears and my hair in front of it, listening to Daddy preach, because my heart was at church. And so I finished it, but there was a part of me, I applied to seminary, but the seminary in our denomination, it's not denominational, but kind of denominational, and they rejected me because I was female, and I was confused because
we both inhaling. Okay, keep going.
And they're like, well, this is for pastors, and I said, I don't want to be a pastor. I want to learn the Word of God, and I felt like this was my next step. And I have a 4.0 from graduate school. How are you going to reject me? And so I was left with a really bitter taste in my mouth, and then I was also left to think that I was created wrong. Like
because you're created to do this, but people are saying because you're a female that you can't do it.
Been there, done
and I had people at Daddy's church be like, wow, if you were a guy,
oh,
you would take over the
Listen,
church.
those are fighting words. If you're a man watching this with your woman or girlfriend, or you just happen to that is fighting
Or have a daughter.
Listen.
don't ever.
Those
are fighting words.
So it was a
that's a
bless your heart
situation.
moment because
is a
I didn't want to bless
situation.
any. I wanted to like just and then
Chola.
chola, you brought it
She about
back.
to
You
chola
brought
out.
it back.
You made
That's
me
right.
take my earrings off.
Yes. So I was already, it exacerbated what I already felt. I felt
Yeah.
insecure
Yeah.
with my personality and my strength.
Yeah.
But my mom is this beautiful, sensitive, she's full of mercy. Like she homeschooled, she's lovely. She's lovely. Sister Millie, they call her Sister Millie. Like Sister Millie can do no wrong.
that's my mama.
I'm built like my
they're not
father.
me.
Like
I know.
I
can tell
like-
my mom, I'm sorry.
all right.
It's not you. You did well. It's just
Yes.
It's just what happened.
I still get text messages to this day from my mom that's like, that was inappropriate. You shouldn't quote Cardi B. Oh, whatever, mom. Mama.
But I do like it like that.
Mama, come on.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, I want to say first of all that I think it's awesome that your parents told you their whole story.
That is awesome.
That's number one.
Thank you.
Because you're walking around with the history of their story and the truth of their life and how it's impacted you. Second of all, I think it's great that you figured out, even though it was a little later, but it was still pretty early. You know, okay, that I love the Word of God and I want to do this thing, and then you're trying to wrestle with it and figure out. And the third thing I want to say is, because there's a lot between that and now, is that somewhere in there, even with the you can't go to seminary and with the don't quote the Cardi B and with all the things, you still, because to me what makes you unique is that, you're running in a lot of places where there are women who speak, but who are not necessarily current culture. Does that make sense?
It does.
And it's not a bad or a good thing. I'm just saying you are not only current culture, you're current culture unapologetically. You're like, yeah, I know the lyrics to this song and I still love Jesus.
Pray
It's
for
okay.
me.
Right.
Progress. I'm
Yeah,
working
it out. Working it out.
But that there are women who will only be freed by another woman who they believe actually has the keys. And if they don't even think that you've ever been anywhere around the
And can
keys
bridge
that give
where they
freedom,
are to where they need to
then
be.
they're going to
Yeah.
hear you. They're going to want what you have, but they're going to think you actually can't help them. So there's a role for all of that,
Absolutely.
and I think that's
Thank
important.
you.
Yeah.
That's
Thank
important.
you.
Do
I
it,
appreciate
girl.
it.
You doing it.
So you are currently a pastor's wife. That kind of came around full circle. You're running around the world speaking. Y'all about to go on a trip without me in another week to Israel. I'm not bitter. Not
She
bitter,
not bitter.
Jenny
She
Allen.
not bitter.
I'm not bitter, Jenny Allen. Okay, so you're doing all this. Your children, stepchildren, I don't know how you refer to them. Are they with you or part-time with you?
We have 70% custody.
You have 70% custody, so you got kids in your life.
Yes, 2 teenagers.
Two teenagers. You're trying to keep it
Yes.
together.
Met
Trying
them
to
at 3 and 5. Now they're 13 and 15. I was going to go in for a high five, but then I played it off. I did one of
Yeah,
these
no.
things.
that's right.
And then I realized it late. I was late. I was late. So you have teenagers, because
Yes.
that's different than 3 and 5.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. School the people. How do you do it all? However simply you can answer that.
Yeah. So, I think the number one question that so many women are wrestling with right now, whether stay-at-home mom or in a boardroom or in academia or in church, is this elusive perception of balance and what balance looks like. And I think that the scary thing about balance is balance. We all want it, but if we really think about what that means is balance is stasis, where nothing moves and everything's in perfect harmony. And I don't want that. My husband and I, we launched a church 4 months ago, and
Lucy, you fresh.
yes. And it's just
She can help you with that. She can help you with
I
that.
need all that.
Pray
help.
for church
I need all that.
planters'
help.
wives.
So we have 2 teenagers. We're church planters. We're not even bivocational, because bivocational means that you still get a cut from, like there's blessings from the church. We haven't got that. Like, so we're still holding full-time jobs, and I'm traveling and writing and preaching and teaching, and then coming in and doing that at church. So both my husband and I teach from platform, and it's just a very crazy season. So for me, I think I've just let go the idea of balance, and I will bring in people to help the things that I can't do. And
Yep.
so I begged my
No
husband.
shame and help.
No,
shame and
no.
help.
Build
I
your
told him,
village.
I said, I don't want Christmas presents. I don't want anniversary presents. I don't want any of that stuff. Just don't. But I need someone to clean the house
There
twice
you
a
go.
month.
There you
Because
go.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
Right.
Amazon Prime has been a game changer for groceries. A game changer for groceries.
For life.
Yes. And people are like, "Hey, will you mentor me?" I said, "My mentorship looks different. We're gonna do life together. So sometimes I need you to get my kids."
Right.
No,
right.
and
I'll
you
teach you.
see this underwear over here? It's clean. Help me.
That's
fold
the
it.
one
I
thing.
told-
That's the one thing. Don't touch my chonies. Any Latina out there be like, you
I
know what
learned
chonies
another
are.
word. I learned another word.
Chola and and chonies, okay?
gonna
Don't
go-
touch my
maybe not
laundry.
that, but a t-shirt.
Right.
Come do life with me.
Yes, yes, and it's not like usury. It's not.
Yeah.
So even my mentorship looks like I'm going to teach you how to cook because I love to eat and cook, and so we go through the Word of God. We're going to go through the groceries together, and we're just going to do life together. And us doing life together is you're going to be real close to my family, and I got to trust you. That's kind of what it looks like. So I get help where I need to get help, and then I let go of certain things. So my husband hates. He does the washing. I do the folding, but the washing's the easy part.
Right.
One time I ruined his shirt, and that's why I got like demoted. So he won't let me touch it. But that means I have to fold it, and I'm like, I will
That
fold
takes
it when
forever.
it does.
Takes forever.
It does. So so then learning in our marriage. Healthy communication process. And so we learned this actually through going through counseling because the first 2 years of our marriage were disastrous. I'm a
How long you been married?
stepmom, 8 years now.
Okay.
I'm a stepmom. I became a pastor's wife. I moved from LA, which is like gritty and hood and sooty, and I love it, to Orange County, where everything is like
Shiny.
Glossy.
there was doggy doo-doo bags in the park, valet parking at my gym. All the houses look the same. I said, where am I? Wisteria Lane? This is, no, get me out of here. So it was a huge culture shock. And then I'll just tell you this real quick. They thought I was the help. Listen, I was taking out my
Fighting words.
trash.
Listen.
I was taking out my trash. My hair was in a bun. I had no makeup. I was about to go to the gym. So I'm in workout clothes and I'm running to get the trash cans out to the front. And then the trash man says, Perdóname, no pone basura aquí. And I said, oh, okay, thank you. This is my house. He thought I was the house cleaner.
Oh my God.
So this is so life is
Chola rise
crazy.
up. Let me rise up. I'm gonna use that. That's my new
So,
word.
Chola,
Nobody's gonna know
yes,
what I'm talking about.
yes.
It's gonna be great.
You're welcome. You're welcome. There you go.
Thank you.
So it was crazy. So I would say how we keep balance is I tried to get rid of the things that anyone can do
Right.
and do the things that only I can do. Brought in a good counselor to help us navigate, and that's not for everyone, but for us,
Right.
we really needed it. And then lastly, I would say fight for that alone time. If you are married, fight for that alone time with your husband. If you're single, fight for that alone time with someone really close to you, because they are the ones that will be the litmus test for your health or unhealth.
That's right.
And you have to be open to hearing when you are going sour, when you're leaking. And those have been the three things that were like, I just need to like pull back. I need to slow down. I need to get more time with Jesus. I need whatever. It's just being really
nap.
sensitive. Yep. Real sensitive to where things are out of balance, even though I'm not striving for balance. I'm just trying to get a good rhythm and flow.
That's good. Because
That's
if
great.
y'all think we have it and keep it, that's not how this works.
No.
It is a constant reevaluation and
Yeah.
recalibration to
Yeah.
keep things in the order that they need to be in
Yes.
for this season.
Yes.
And it changes.
Yes.
Thanks for joining me, Bianca.
Thank you, guys. It's so fun.
Pull you in.
Of course.
This was so fun. This is so fun. Y'all, this is Bianca Olthoff. And you can
Olthoff.
find her.
It's actually old house in German. Olthoff. I know, I don't look German, but I married one.
And social media. Where can they find you?
BiancaOlthoff.com. Social media is at Bianca Olthoff.
Awesome. Y'all, check her out. Thanks for joining us. Hey, y'all. I hope you enjoyed that video. Be sure and subscribe so that you don't miss anything.